Hello everyone, welcome to our California townhouse. Okay, first things first, you gotta take off your shoes because we are shoes off house, but we will accept Crocs or slippers. And with that, this is our 1-year apartment house tour. I cannot believe we've been here for a year. I wanted to show you guys everything that we've done in here. We're gonna go over all the DIYs and home projects and renter-friendly hacks that I've done and what held up and what didn't hold up. So let's start with the kitchen. So right when you walk in, you'll notice that this is an open concept floor plan. I forgot to mention that this is a 2-story townhouse with 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. And if I can get the square footage, I will insert it right here. But as I was saying, this is an open concept. So we have our kitchen, our living room, our dining room, a little office, and then also a powder room down here. Really?
Take down our bill.
Oh my gosh, don't want that showing. Okay, so when I first moved in, I really did not like how gray this kitchen was. So you'll notice that we wrapped all of our bottom cabinets. We did this beautiful green color. We also replaced all the knobs. I made this beautiful shelf that I love. So this was all gray. The backsplash was like a really dark gray and I wasn't vibing with it. So I turned it into this white subway tile stacked backsplash. This is all peel and stick. It's held up great so far, and so have our cabinets. So you'll notice that this one actually is not wrapped because we freaked out one night. We were scared that we weren't going to be able to remove it off cleanly. So one night me and Brian were just like taking all of the vinyl off of this and the island. We actually thought we were going to be leaving and moving out of this because our lease is actually up, but we decided to stay. So that's why I have to kind of redo this. To our surprise, it came off pretty cleanly. So I think I might have to wrap this again. But as you can see, it is a gray color. And then we turned it into this green color, which I think just works so much better. It really does brighten up this kitchen. And I feel like with apartments, you kind of feel limited with kitchens most of the time, but with the magic of DIY vinyl and backsplash and peel and stick and beautiful knobs, you can really make a big transformation. We also have our island, which I covered in a wood slatted panel. So this is such a great renter-friendly and affordable way to cover up a wall, or in this case, an island. So if I pull this away, you can see we have this beautiful wood paneling. I just put it on with command strips and it's held up really great. I honestly can't believe that this hack worked really well. So 10 out of 10 would recommend that. And now we are in the living room. So this is actually the first space that we made over when we moved in, and it actually went through a couple of makeovers. So this space is actually pretty small since we have to share it with the dining room, which you see behind me. And the wall across from you is what gave us the most trouble because I tried out this renter-friendly wallpaper hack with painter's tape. Spoiler alert, it didn't work out that well. So after a few months of it up, I finally changed it to this beautiful DIY lime wash, which I think just turned out so well. I also DIY'd this little poof, this table I made from scratch, and I think I might want to change it up a little bit. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna look on camera, but a lot of times the camera makes this wall look really light, but in person it is actually very dark. Does it look okay on camera right now?
Perfect.
Okay, this is the DIY faux lime wash wall that I was talking about. I basically just used a big brush and 2 paint colors to do this. I think it turned out amazing. It looks really good in person. I love this dark green color. I am a green girl, so we have to have some green in this house. Since we were renting, I just did not want to paint like all the walls this color, but having one statement wall really does change the whole space. So this, I would say, is the focal point. I also made this DIY TV frame, and of course I will link all the tutorials for all the DIYs that I did in this apartment below for you guys. And also we made this. I love this piece so much. I feel like it looks like a hand-bought piece and it's one of my favorites. Did I just move it? Ah!
Also, do you want to tell them about how hard it was to mount this?
Oh my God, that was like one of the worst things that we did in this apartment. So we mounted our TV. Our apartment allows us to mount stuff onto the walls, so that is very nice. But what they didn't tell us is that we actually have steel studs. So when we were drilling into the wall, it literally was not going through and we couldn't figure out why. So we ended up going to Home Depot, I think like 2 or 3 times, getting different drill bits to try to mount this. and it was literally so frustrating that I think Brian walked away for like 15 minutes before we came back to it. Ta-da!
Oh my God, dude.
Any comment?
This will really test your marriage.
It really did. You can mount it yourself, but if you could hire a professional and save yourself from the trouble, I would recommend that as well. Now we are going into the dining room, which honestly needs the most help right now because I don't know if you could tell, but this is literally the folding table that I was using in my workshop. The dining table that I previously made for this room has been moved to the workshop. So now we've been dining with this, and this is actually what it looks like underneath. So I have a tablecloth to hide that. And this is probably gonna be like the next room that I work on because I've never been that happy with it. Like, it was great after I did the makeover, but now the flow of it just seems very off. So I definitely want to change that. We added this beautiful paper lantern light. This is a trend that I just love so much because I feel like it adds such a cozy factor to the room. So I really love that. I made this DIY sofa table with a wavy trim. I love this table so much. It is so cute and also is really handy. So love that project. I gotta turn on all the lights to give it like the full effect though. Okay, so on this wall we have a little like sideboard table. So in here we keep a bunch of electronics and just like extra storage things because I feel like we're really missing that in this house. And then we built this little office nook, which a lot of you guys really liked. And this was really inspired by like Japanese wall paneling. I had a vision to make this little corner a Japandi vibe. This is basically Brian's office. This is where he edits all the videos, does all the emails and all the businessy things that he does for this channel. I tried to make this as renter friendly as possible. So there's only a couple of nails in here, but mostly this is peel and stick wallpaper and also command strips. So that is gonna be a huge theme in this apartment. I don't know what else to say about this. I just love it. It's so cute. Do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, I like that you have a fly catcher light.
I thought it looked like a satellite dish or something.
I really like it because this is my own space. Tina made this for me and I'm so happy. And it came out so well and it looks like it goes with the whole living room.
Brian is a person that doesn't like working like in an enclosed space. He has to be out in the open. So he's always like at the kitchen or at the dining room. So instead we decided that this is where he's gonna work. Then the last space to show you guys is probably like my most controversial makeover that I've done. So I did a huge mural in here. It was inspired by this wallpaper that is very expensive that I was not willing to buy for like a place that I'm not gonna live in forever. So I decided to paint it. I'm really happy with it. I love all the colors and I definitely got mixed reviews for this makeover. A lot of you guys really loved it and then a lot of you guys really did not like it. But personally, I really love it. I just love all the colors in here. I really wanted to experiment with a more like eclectic maximalist look. So that was what I was going for in here. And currently I'm using it as kind of like my makeup bathroom. I will say though that I added a backsplash to the back wall here. And the top part actually is not holding up really well because when I was applying it, I put on a peel and stick wallpaper so that the tile wouldn't touch the drywall. And as I was doing that, I lifted some of it off. And when I did that, it kind of lost some of its stickiness. So the top half is actually not holding up that well. I had to put like extra tape onto it, but the bottom half is doing okay. So if you guys try out that hack, make sure you're not like trying to lift it off and reposition it because that definitely is giving me trouble now. Let's take a look. Do you guys see that? It's like lifting.
Yeah, they can see that.
It doesn't look the best. I don't know if I should redo that. I still love what I did though because I painted some of this tile. I made the frame for this, added new lights, made this artwork, and I don't know, I just love how everything looks together. Now you're gonna follow me up the stairs. Don't mind this, it's not supposed to be here, but I had nowhere else to hang it for B-roll, so that's where it lives right now. But we are going up the stairs, and oh my gosh! If you're in a relationship, you always have to go up the stairs like this, just covering your butt. So up here, you're gonna find 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a little entryway, and also our garage, which honestly is the reason why we got this apartment. So right through here is our garage and my workshop area, which I just did. So if you missed out on that makeover, make sure to go back and watch it because I'm so proud of this space. Ta-da! The garage. garage. It's very messy. This is behind the scenes. That's enough of that because I still have a lot more to do in there, but I wanted to show you guys kind of like a more realistic look of things because whenever I do these videos, I obviously want the reveal shot to be perfect, but obviously we live here. This is not like a magazine and, you know, things happen. So you'll notice even like on the walls and stuff, there's stuff that I still have to fix. So we moved our dining table up here and we scuffed up a bunch of the ledges and the walls. So I have to do stuff to kind of touch it up. And behind me right here is also this little entryway nook that I made. I can't believe it actually worked. So I basically made this little like bottom shelving area without a single screw in the wood or in the walls. It's literally held up by nails that I've nailed into the wood and also command strips, but there's nothing actually attached to the wall. So if you watch that video, you can see how I made it, but I was able to figure it out and I'm actually very proud of myself because I feel like since renting, it's really challenged me to try to come up with projects and things that I would wanna do in a different way. I wanna figure out a way to make things as easily removable as possible. So even with this arch, it is permanently in there, but it is actually very easy to remove because there's only 4 screws holding it together. This area is really giving me like a transitional vibe and I'm just so happy with how it turned out. I feel like there's still more to do because like even right here, we have a little bench. Brian puts his little gym stuff over here, but other than that, I feel like we could make this a little bit more functional, but for now, it's serving us really well.
It's a gym bag stand.
This is our multifunctional room. So this room serves as my DIY office and also a guest bedroom, which as you can tell, it is currently set up as a guest bedroom. I told myself when we moved in that I would have at least one Moody room in this apartment. So this is the beautiful burgundy color that I went with to create more of a Moody vibe in here. We did some renter-friendly picture frame molding, which I think just elevates the room so much. And again, no nails were used to put this up. So this is all command strips, believe it or not. And I also didn't even use a power saw for this. I just used miter shears and it worked out perfectly. I think it looks perfect. It's held up great. 10 out of 10, I would recommend this project. And if you look at the before footage compared to what it is now, it doesn't even look like the same room at all. You'll notice that in all of our before footage, it's very like gray and dull and dark in here. And I really tried to add more color, add a little bit more character and personality because this really is more of like a modern apartment and I really wanted to add character. So I hope I did that. I also have to highlight some DIYs, which honestly, I forget that I made some of these projects. So I made this little light here, this frame, this IKEA nightstand. So that's like a little DIY corner of items. I love them so much. I also have to show you guys one of my prized possessions. So let me show you. This is my library card cabinet. So I found this on Facebook Marketplace listed for $100. But the lady got back to me and she's like, a lot of people are offering more. So if you can match it, it'll be yours because you were the first person to ask me. So I was like, okay, how much should I match it to? And she said $150, which I thought she was gonna be like $300. But for $150, it actually has one more shelving section that I removed because it was just too tall. But this is where all of my craft supplies are. So I have like beads, brushes, string, tape, and all this stuff that's in here. I think I'm going to keep it forever. And if you watch that video, you'll see that I lightly restored this just to get some of the color back and kind of make it look a little bit more cohesive. But I really did not want to like completely strip all of this because it would just take so much time and effort and work. And sometimes with DIYs, you kind of have to pick your battles. So with this one, I wanted to embrace its age and I just love the wear and tear on it. I also have to quickly highlight the shelf that I made. It's inspired by an Urban Outfitters piece. It is the first project that I learned how to do cross tab joints. I believe that's what it's called, but I love this piece. It looks store-bought. It looks amazing, and I think I'm gonna keep it forever.
Rolling, rolling.
So through this hallway, we have laundry. We have a washer and dryer in there. We are so grateful for it, and I'm also grateful to Brian because he does the laundry in this household. And then across from that is the first bathroom. I'm gonna make a disclaimer right now that I'm actually very embarrassed to show you guys this because 3 days after I finished this makeover, the wallpaper started splitting and it looks Terrible. I don't know what went wrong because I've put up wallpaper in here before. I mean, in this house, and it's textured, so that might be why. But I also think it could be the fact that I didn't like let the wallpaper sit in this room to acclimate for a couple of days. Sometimes that also affects it. And also, this is a bathroom that we do not shower in, so there is not a lot of steam. And again, this happened literally like 3 days afterwards. It started splitting at the seams. These were overlapped before, and now they are not. And I don't know where I went wrong. It's actually falling apart at the top, and I use command strips to keep it up. And it has been driving me crazy for the past few months, so I definitely have to change this. I think it's like the perfect wallpaper for me, and the fact that it's not working really makes me sad. So overall though, I still love this makeover so much. I did a little gallery wall with just leftover frames that we had. I remember some people were like, it's kind of weird that you have a wedding photo and then also a picture of a burger, which that is not a burger, that is a banh mi sandwich. But really, I just used frames that I had because I didn't want to go out and spend more money on extra decor that I don't need. So that's kind of what we did in here. I think I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to kind of revamp this a little bit, but this does serve as our guest bathroom. So I have like little toiletries in here. I want to make it feel like a little boutique hotel bathroom for our guests, which we've been lucky to host a lot of our family recently, so that was really nice. And also, this vanity has a checkerboard pattern that I did on here. So far, it's held up pretty well considering I do use this pretty regularly. I love it so much, and I'm so glad that I did it because I think it looks amazing. So now we're at the end of the hallway where our primary suite is, which I feel so lucky that we have a bedroom with a nice walk-in closet and a bathroom all in one place. We've never had that before. So right here is our bathroom. This honestly is one of my favorite projects that I've done, and as you can see, we did wallpaper in here and we shower in here all the time, and it's held up great. So I don't know what happened in the last bathroom, but in this bathroom, I did a wavy wallpaper edge with some trim on it. I used leftover paint from our bedroom to really tie the two spaces together. And I don't know, I wanted this also to feel like a little boutique. I think I achieved that with some very easy DIY ideas, including this trim that I did with just some painter's tape. It really elevates it and is held up pretty well considering we do shower in here every single day. Even these doors, adding this peel and stick wallpaper to the inside part has just elevated them so much. And also, always have to add new knobs because it just makes a world of a difference. Here we have our closet, which I'm not gonna show you guys because it has everything that you cannot see. So this is the main part of the bedroom. This is probably my favorite room in the house because it's where we wind down at the end of the night. I really wanted it to have a cozy vibe to it. So you're gonna see lots of warm tones in here. I am embracing my pattern era. So this is like my first time having pattern bedding in a very long time. Also had to have some type of pattern on the walls. And I feel like I just had a lot of fun experimenting with things I haven't done before. So for example, this wall I painted with literally a broom, and I just came up with this really cool organic shape that was inspired by this wallpaper that I really love. I customized this to my exact liking. So for the headboard, for example, I really wanted this specific color. Couldn't find it anywhere, so I made my own headboard. Never have done that before, but we turned it into this beautiful upholstered moment with storage on the side as well. So this is a product that I'm really proud of, and I think it just ties everything so well together.
What's the avocado's name?
Avocado. I don't know. What's his name? I won this myself, guys, at the OC fair, so I'm very proud of it, and it's so cute. It's probably backlit right now, but I love these huge windows. We're so lucky that we have floor to ceiling windows in this apartment. It lets in a lot of light, which we definitely need because these are north facing windows, so we don't get any direct light into this apartment, but we have big windows, so that kind of makes up for it. We actually have blackout shades, so pulling these curtains open in the morning is just like the best feeling ever. And if you're also in an apartment, make sure to add curtains to your windows. It just adds such a nice layer of cozy. Here we have this chair I made. It's actually not for sitting. It literally is purely decorative. It's like the chair that everyone has in the room where they just throw like their clothes on top of. So that's what this is for.
And if you're wondering why it's not functional, I tried to sit on it and we learned the hard way that don't sit on that.
And then over here we have an IKEA hack that I made, which is inspired by a Lulu and Georgia piece. I basically made it look like wood, but this is just a white laminate that I did this really cool technique onto it. So if you guys want to learn how to do that, I will link that tutorial below as well. And if anyone is wondering why I don't have photos on these frames, it's because when I did this makeover, we weren't allowed to show any like licensed artwork. Yeah, I just have not put artwork in there. Even though I have it, I just have to print it out and actually hang it up. So that is on my never-ending to-do list. Now we're gonna head downstairs to my second favorite spot in this apartment, which actually isn't inside this apartment. So let me show you. Welcome to our patio. Oh my God, my plants are dying. So this is our patio. It is my little oasis outside, and I am so proud of this space because I really want to add some privacy to this patio. So we made this privacy screen behind us. I also built this sofa behind me, which actually our neighborhood cat loves sleeping on. And if you guys watch that episode, you will know that we have this beautiful black cat that loves to visit us. Her name is Salem. Well, actually, that's the name that Brian gave her. I even made a cat house for her, which she actually loves now. She's been laying in there, which is really exciting. But I am so sad to report that she does have an owner, so we can't just steal her. And her owner confirmed that she is just very fluffy and well loved by the neighborhood. She is not pregnant, which a lot of you guys commented on, which is so funny because as soon as I saw all those pregnancy comments, I made sure that her belly didn't have kitties in it. So she's not pregnant. She's just a little chubby. I am so grateful for this outdoor space because it's the perfect spot to just like unwind, especially at sunset, read a book. Salem sometimes is right here, and we even have meals out here. I honestly didn't think it was gonna be possible to have a nice outdoor space being in an apartment, but I am very lucky for this space, so I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching this tour, and thank you for supporting us in this journey, in this home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's still tons more to do, so we have more makeovers, more room refreshes, and DIYs coming. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay inspired, and I will see you later. Bye!
I live here.